So this feels a bit like a deja vu and a video that I thought I would never have to make again. But as you've already read by the title, I am now having another cancer surgery. It is going to be my fourth one. This surgery is to remove my thyroid, which is called a total thyroidectomy, and I'm also having a smaller neck dissection, which it'll all go on my existing scar. But the cancer cells that I have are a type of thyroid cancer called papillary thyroid cancer. I think I've said that right. And there are positive cells in a lymph node in my neck around here. There aren't actually any detected cells or anything visible in my thyroid, but because the cells that are in the lymph node have to have come from somewhere, that's why the thyroid has also got to be removed. I have some idea what to expect because of my previous surgeries, but again, it's not completely the same, and the neck dissection luckily is far more minimal than what I've had before. So I am going into this with some knowledge and experience, but the outcome will be slightly different because there are different risks. I will have to start medication the same night of my surgery because your thyroid actually produces a hormone which helps with your metabolism, I think it is, and your energy levels, and so I am probably going to be quite wiped out for the first couple of weeks of recovery. There have been a few risks mentioned, some or nearly all are probably the same or similar to my last surgeries. I actually had some of these risks happen in my last surgeries which weren't properly what I thought was going to happen. I have a risk this time of a loss or a change in my voice, which last time I did completely lose my voice. It turned out the vocal cords got stretched in my surgery, and that meant that my voice just went entirely, and it took 3 months for it to come back. So I'm really hoping that doesn't happen again because that really wasn't pleasant. A question I got a lot last time, which I've also had this time, is how long will I be in hospital? They have said definitely 1 night, if not possibly 2. It just depends how quickly the drain tubes come out of my neck and also just the monitoring of everything, because I am quite a complex little body and they want to make sure I am definitely okay before they discharge me home. Everything's expected to go fine. It's just a wake up from surgery and see. It's the 4th of December. It's actually 5 to 11 at night. I'm allowed to eat and drink up until midnight, so that is within the plan to do so in the next hour. In 2020, COVID times, no one could come round, and whilst I was at home before, it completely passed my mind to even plait my hair. So when I came round out of the last surgery, it was all knotty and gross and awful. So I've just had my hair plaited so that it's going to stay out the way, and I just thought I'd pick the camera up just to film a little bit now because I reckon the next bit of footage and pictures will be after my operation, because I've literally just been looking in the mirror, just looking at my neck, just thinking, oh, it's not going to look like this in 12 hours. It will literally be in surgery at this point. I've just moved into different lighting, just to get a bit of a better view and a little rundown. This is my left side. This was the 2016 surgery, which had radiotherapy onto it, which is why this is a bit more of a stretched out scar compared to the 2021, which has really healed well, which is why I'm so upset about the surgery tomorrow, because I know a scar's not the end of it, but it's just still frustrating that I'm gonna have a scar again on my neck. But I think so, like, the full neck dissection runs 6 inches across, so I actually have a 10-inch overlapped scar because there's about a 1-inch overlap. This little thing here, which if you look really closely, I can move my skin over slightly. That's actually a clip that's in there from last time, and there's loads of clips in there. But the plan is, well, the lymph node is, where's the little, yeah, you can see the biopsy dots from here. So the lymph node is probably here somewhere, and when they do the surgery, it means that they're not actually having to go all the way up here because these lymph nodes have already gone. So I think they're going to do a cut across here. It shouldn't go all the way up, it should be like from here, probably across. And the thing is, as you can see, it's kind of thicker, so when they cut along the scar line, because they're going to use the existing scar, when they put it back together, this is probably going to gross some people out, they will cut out my existing scar and put together some fresh edging. So hopefully when it all heals, this little bit here, however far they take it over, will actually end up healing more like this smoother side rather than the stretched radiotherapy side. So there might be a silver lining out of it, but yeah, just kind of getting a good look of my neck in the final moments before tomorrow. Literally up in 6 hours. Not like it'll matter, because as soon as I get anaesthetic in, I will catch up on sleep as soon as that goes in, but I just don't want to go to sleep because when I wake up, I'm gonna have to go. Even though it's already like, it's 10 to 1, so technically it's tomorrow, so it's actually the 5th of December, so it's today. I just don't want it. Every time I look at it, I just don't want it to go. I don't want the thyroid to go. Just keep taking stuff.
I dive into the future, but I'm blinded by the sun. I'm reborn in every moment, so who knows what I'll become.
At least I can talk this time. Had no voice last time. Still no pain, which is good, really good. And yeah, I don't get sleep in these places. I've literally been up since 5:30. It's 7:10 now. But they are incredible here. They're like really looking after me, constantly on observations, and yeah, I've just got a voice, so I'm really happy.
again.
I've literally put a filter on because I'm missing my eyelashes because I've no mascara on, and because I'm blonde I look like I have no eyelashes. But I've just found this. Slept great last night in my own bed. I'm just so glad I have a voice. I can't even describe it, but I feel really well. My throat's a little bit swollen, but it's not sore. But I cannot believe the good state I'm in. So I'm just gonna rest and chill out and enjoy my own grotto. I thought I'd removed all the monitor stickers, but I just found that, so I need to take that off, and I can take my cannula thing off now. But day 2 is going well so far. Day 3 of recovery has been another good one. I can't believe how I'm feeling. My swollen throat's gone down quite a lot. My arm, I've realised, is great. My voice is still really good. It's not even hoarse anymore. And everything's just going really well. I'm just tired, taking some naps, which is probably the lack of a thyroid. But apart from that, I'm just really shocked how this surgery is compared to the last one. But my best friend came around today, which was a real treat to see her for a couple of hours. She got me these beautiful flowers. Can show you there. And I also had this package turn up with a little mini Christmas tree in from another lovely friend. So been some real smiles put on my face today from these lovely people. Today is Monday the 12th of December and it's 20 past 11. And a week ago, this time, I was in my surgery having my thyroid removed and the lymph nodes that started all of this trouble. I've not really bothered too much with videoing my recovery this past week because, to be honest, I've not really left my bed much. It's been nice to finally give my body a rest because I'm usually always on the go, always out, always doing something. So it's been nice to take a break and just let my body relax, rest, do what it needs to do with its healing. And in terms of healing, it has been amazing to feel the difference in the recovery compared to last time, because the difference is by not having this upper neck dissection, what I've had twice previously, by not having those nerves disturbed has literally made the difference of, well, last time I lost my voice, which was also a risk this time, and it's clearly not happened. My arm and shoulder strength, it's all the same. I've just not had half the amount of pain I had previously either. The only thing I have noticed is here across my chest I am numb. So on my existing scar line, from my scar upwards to about here, I am numb. I can't feel my neck, my skin, and currently I can't feel this part of skin across my chest. I reckon the sensations will come back. I've been told that it will come back slowly over time, which is what I expected, or if there's any permanent numbness, it'll be minimal. My scar has got dissolvable stitches in glue and it's got the strip over it. There was another strip, but that's come off through the night and they said to keep this on for a week. So I will try and take this off later. It has started to bruise, like a bit of a weird colour now. It's not very pleasant, but it's not bad either. I haven't really said anything about how I was in hospital and what happened there. I got there at 7 a.m. Like I say, I went down around 9 for surgery just after that, and I was in the recovery room for 1 o'clock. I remember seeing the clock, but I was so out of it, and I got back up to the ward, which I went to critical care, because to be fair, if anything had happened with my kidneys, I would not have been in a great state, so that's why I was put up to a critical care bed. But luckily I was literally sat up and talking and eating and everything by the evening. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, I got back up to the ward probably about 2:10. I slept and was napping for a couple of hours because the anaesthetic, that wiped me out. But then eventually when I came round and I realised I had a voice, I was just really, really happy, had no pain. It's really strange because I found this surgery and my last surgery, I've had no pain. I don't understand how you can not have pain, apart from the feeling of swelling and like a sore throat and the intubation, but apart from that, it was absolutely fine. Another good thing that I found was every time one of the nursing staff came up to me, they knew my entire history. They knew that I've had previous cancers, like all the background information was covered, so it was actually nice just to speak and not have to say, oh yeah, this is like my fourth, and as well as my loyalty card points in hospital, I'm quite experienced. There was nothing like that. I was treated with so much respect. I can't give them enough praise. I've been back on the ward about 10 minutes, and for reasons, I really needed to get out of the bed. And bearing in mind, I'd literally just been out of surgery, probably like an hour and a half. The nurse said to me, "Why have you been brought to critical care?" And I remember saying, my mind is stronger than my body right now. Because I think to them, they were expecting someone to be completely out of it, not even able to function or move, and yet I'm there trying to sit up, I'm getting out of bed with great struggle. Like, they helped me quite a lot. So that's one thing that I clocked straight away when I said my mind is stronger than my body, because that is what I have carried this whole diagnosis process, is mindset is everything. And again, this past week, I've just allowed my body to rest and give it the time that it's needed. Another thing that someone said was no one really gets discharged straight from critical care, and usually they have to go, or they usually get transferred back to a normal ward, monitored a bit longer, and then they get discharged from there. But I just said I am not the one to follow the norm. So there was quite a good bit of banter in the sense of they could tell that I was not their regular kind of patient on that ward. I've just had something come back to me where I remember last week when I went in for my surgery on the morning of admission, you sat amongst everyone's getting checked in, and you're getting called in, and there was 6 names, so 6 of us had come for 7 a.m. to be admitted for surgery. I noticed that my name and someone else's name had a side note, some letters obviously meaning a term, on the board for the team to know who was going for what surgery. And I got told there was me and someone else going for thyroid surgery. Basically saying out of the 6 of us, there was only 2 of us on the specific thyroid surgeon list. Anyway, as I went into the changing room to get the gown on and everything, I overheard one of the other people say, "That's the good cancer." I'd forgot about this until now because I went straight in to the room, got sorted. You know, bit of a quick process once you get going and you're going for cancer surgery. So I didn't have a second chance to think about the comment. Bearing in mind this other person will have also been there for surgery, which I presume would also be cancer. So can I just go on a rant for a second? Good cancer. Can I just talk about the term good cancer? Never have I ever heard anyone say that in person, apart from I've seen it before in memes, but I thought you can't make that up. Who would call something good cancer? I've heard it now. Like, I'm sorry, Karen, and I'm supposed to be grateful that my fourth diagnosis is a good cancer. Because I definitely did not choose the good cancer, and if I was being so greedy to get a fourth cancer, I may as well have specifically asked for the good type. Now, I know everyone uses the saying of, you know, someone's always got it worse than you, or, you know, there's always a worst case scenario. And yes, do not get me wrong, and I am not diminishing that, but given we were all going for surgery, I don't think there was a good scenario in that room to be said about. Now, I know you could think, oh, I misheard, it's a misunderstanding. No, everyone could hear everyone's conversations. The room was that tiny, there was no way there was a mix-up. And quite blatantly, as I walked into the room, that person said, oh, that's the good cancer. Just don't do it. Don't think you can't be heard and say something like that, because no, it's not okay. No, I can't do it. I can't take it off. That's literally making me like queasy, the thought of taking that off there. I can look at it with the strip on it, but I don't actually think I can take that off. It's on the glue, which is on the scar, and the thought of that just makes me a bit queasy.
525,600.